So I like to just kind of do my own thing anytime I play VR chat. Either I be alone or I be with friends or whatever. I just kind of like doing my own thing. And a lot of people complain about that, especially with streaming, is they're like, "Oh, you're in a private world and blah blah blah." And that's like something was like the Twitch, the the VR chat Twitch streamer starting pack, and it was like private world and a mirror and things like that. And it's like, yeah, for a lot of that, that's true. Because even when I go onto the VR chat tag, I'm gonna put my camera out a little bit here. Even when I go to the VR chat tag, like that's mainly what you see people, they're in private worlds and they're talking and they're just, looking at chat and they're doing their own thing. And honestly, I don't think that's really a bad thing though. Cause like if they're having fun and then they're enjoying the game, even if it's as simple as just looking at a phone and talking to it, like how's that any different from really anything else? How's that any different than like the other streamers, like the just chatting streamers and stuff, like the girls who sit on their couches and eat stuff or just wear cosplays and just sit there and talk to people? Like it's not any different. It's just in a virtual area. And honestly, if you think about it, that just brings out more variety for people. Like, you really think I look like this in real life? You think I look like a white-haired dog girl? Like, is that what you think? Because you're gonna be really disappointed, like I don't look like that. And it's like, especially for people like me who have self-esteem issues and have wanted to make content in some way but have been too afraid to because of their they're self-conscious. This is a way for people like that to express themselves. I love doing the VTuber stuff. I love being a VTuber. I love having that available to me, because I feel like I can be me. I feel like, yes, this is an avatar. This isn't my real face. A lot of people will go on things like TikTok or streams or anything like that, and they'll be like, well, I bet you're a boy, or I bet, even in this game, I bet you're a boy, I bet you're a trap, blah, 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 because, you have a girl avatar, and that's what it's known for, is if you're a girl avatar, 9 out of 10 times you're a boy. And it's like, but for me, this game is a way for me to express myself, and it might be like this for a lot of other people. This game, along with VTubing in general, is a way for me to express myself in my most truest form, because I now have the confidence with having an avatar. I now have the confidence to be myself and to talk and to do things like that and to make content, to stream, because I have this. And I know if you go on Twitch, you're going to see a lot of people, especially like on VR chat or things like that, that are very lewd. They're very lewd, they're very sexual, things like that. Like they you can only go so far on Twitch, but they do those things. And if they're happy being able to express themselves that way, then why is it a problem? Like they have the confidence. This game, these avatars have given people confidence to do things like that. And I mean, honestly, I don't really see how that's bad, because in the world we live in, especially right now, it seems like people could use any ounce of happiness that they can get. 2020 has been a very hard year for everybody. We've lost a lot of people, a lot of family members. We've lost a lot of people in general. Like this political campaign has been like gut-wrenching to watch. Like there's been so much, especially in the US, there's been like, and I'm not saying just the US, but because we're dealing with it still, I guess, 2020 has been a really hard year. And that's no exception for me. Like it's been a hard year. I worked a job to be able to move, and the job treated me like garbage. The previous job I had treated me like garbage. Like my old boss literally threatened me. Like there's a lot of bad things that have happened, and being able to have some form of escapism isn't bad. It's not bad. And I follow this girl, which a lot of people know. Her name is Breezy, And she often says and makes jokes saying that she has horse escapism. So she'll watch like My Little Pony, and she has her own like pony sona and things like that. It's actually what she's known for. And she's like, oh man, my horse escapism has gotten really bad this year, and like kind of making jokes about it. And in some aspect it's like, haha funny, but in other aspects it's like, you kind of need it, any way that you can be happy, as long as it's not hurting you or other people, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with being happy. As long as you're safe, and as long as everybody else is safe, there's no reason not to be happy. I just, I want to spread that out to people, is even if it's something that they don't enjoy, or it's something that it seems like a majority of people don't enjoy, if you enjoy it, and once again, if it's not hurting anybody, then there's no reason to, not do it. Like, a biggest thing has always been about, like, the brony community and the furry communities. For me, I've obviously been in both, but I never really went into the, like, gray areas. I was always in, like, a smaller area, because I often joke about it, but I do mean it. We really didn't have a lot when I grew up, so I didn't really get, like, the chance to really be on, plus my parents were strict, so it's like I didn't really get a chance to be on like certain websites and things like that. The most out there that I got to when it came to websites was Gaia Online, and that website, God, I don't know if anybody knows it still. There was never anything, like, at least that I saw, that was truly bad on there. But like there's things like Reddit and 4chan and things like that. I never was part of that stuff. So the brony community in 4chan has always had like a negative, thing. And it's sad because one of my friends was a brony and he stopped becoming one. Like he hates it now because of all these negative things that he was told. And it's like, that's not right. It's not right to literally dehumanize somebody because they say that they like something. It doesn't matter what it is. If they're not hurting anyone, like, what's the problem? Now, I will say that yesterday we did watch a video of people on 4chan and what they said about, like, gross stuff about the ponies and things like that. And yeah, that it's gross. Like, to me, like, yeah, that's gross. Like, don't talk about things like that with literally children's horses. But it's like, in the aspect of, like, I'm not saying like with that insane amount of, like, passion, I guess, but like something as simple as, let's say, anime. Something as simple as anime. You're gonna have good and bad, obviously. Everybody knows this. You're gonna have good and bad in whatever you have. So with something like anime, I obviously really like Inuyasha. That was the first anime I ever watched. It's my favorite anime. That's never changed. So with that, I made that kind of my aesthetic. That doesn't hurt anybody, I do worry every now and then I'm gonna get copyright claimed. But it doesn't hurt anybody. They just see these characters and they see me and the jokes I may make and being like, oh, you can't sit and let people kind of define what you enjoy. You just can't, because everybody's gonna find a flaw in whatever you like, whether it be something, like, quote unquote cringy is like My Little Pony or furries or anime or whatever, like that stuff, or even something as simple as cooking. There are still people out there who are going to criticize you, for whatever you do. So let's say you bake a cake and 5 people have the cake and they tell you that it's good and they really like it, they really enjoy that cake, but then one person has it and they tell you it's terrible, it's the worst cake they've ever had in their life. How could you make something so disgusting? Obviously that's gonna hurt, but consider all the other people who said that they liked the cake. They liked what you did. they liked the content, well, for me it's content, but like they liked the cake, they liked the way you made it. Everyone's gonna find a flaw no matter what it is. That person might not have just liked buttercream frosting versus whip, so they said, oh, this is the grossest cake I've ever had because it had buttercream frosting instead of whip. It's all a matter of perspective, and as long as you're okay and you think you're okay, then there's no reason why you shouldn't do it and you shouldn't enjoy it. Alright, so I'm being real sappy and I don't really know why. I guess I'm just like that, but I guess I just, I want people to be happy. I want people to feel happy. I want people to realize that, you should be able to enjoy what you want to enjoy. You should never let anybody tell you otherwise, because the world's mean enough as it is. You should be able to enjoy it. And Twitter's the worst, especially to me at least. It's the worst when it comes to stuff like that. It's even worse than Facebook, I think, at this point, because everybody is willing to tell you just how awful it is that you enjoy something, or how wrong it is, or blah blah blah. And it's just, people always have an opinion. They're always going to have an opinion. You can't really change that. And you shouldn't try to change that, because there's no reason to. This game, like I was saying before, I don't even think I fully got on this until I went on my huge rant. This game has always been pretty important to me. Because I play with my friends. And when I play with my friends, they often make this game fun. I don't have to go to public lobbies to have fun. I have fun with my friends. And we always find maps or games or things to play, and we enjoy it. We always find a way to have fun with this game. And what I recommend to you is, if you want to play VR chat, definitely try to find some friends who also would play VR chat, because it's so different of an experience. If it was just me playing this game, I probably wouldn't have kept playing it as long as I have been, simply because I'd stop enjoying it. But having my friends and having them have VR, and us doing silly things or playing silly games or watching silly videos or whatever in this game, it's honestly helped me a lot, especially from where I was, because not only was I in a long distance relationship, but there was a lot of drama that came too. And if it wasn't for being able to play this game and just to sit and enjoy it and to have fun, I'd probably still be in a pretty dark spot, because I was for a very long time, and I probably would still be in that dark spot. But I'm not there anymore. I'm a lot happier now. And since I've moved, I've been even happier, because now I'm not in the long distance, and long distance is hard. And especially for anyone who has a long distance relationship or is thinking about it, it's definitely worth it, but it is hard. Just make sure you guys have a goal, because if you don't have a goal, then it just doesn't seem really worth it. But long distance, as hard as it may be, is still worth it, especially in the end, because with me and Alex, it was very hard for a very long time, but we, came through, and now I'm the happiest I've been. I can actually do what I enjoy. I can stream, I can make music, I can, do things that I really, really enjoy. And, I have a place where I'm happy. I have good internet, I have good food, I have a good atmosphere. So, it just makes things a lot easier. And I know a lot of people don't have access to all those things. So that's why I'm so grateful that I do. Markiplier once said that it doesn't matter, where you start. Just start. So it doesn't matter if your internet's bad. It doesn't matter if, you're starting off on an iPhone, it doesn't matter. Do what you want to do and make the most of it. Because, you just gotta start. And I'm glad I started. I'm a Twitch affiliate. I have friends who are willing to help me in anything that I need help with, either it be with emotes or, funds or whatever, just spreading the word out. I have friends that are willing to help me with that stuff, and it's nice. I mean, obviously, I haven't really asked my friends to do anything, because to me that's just rude and I don't want to make them do things. I'm glad that the friends who have been with me along the way have been with me and have helped me, because I really don't know where I'd be without them. Because it's hard, Doing this stuff isn't easy. You've got to have two mindsets. You got to have the creative mindset and you got to have the, business mindset. And sometimes that's not easy. I'll tell you one thing though, I think I might make a good manager. Simply because I do have both the mindset of creativity and business. Maybe. I don't know. I guess it depends on how this works out. If you guys ever want to start something, either it be Twitch or YouTube or music or whatever you want to start as, start it. Just start it. Just make something. I literally make music by using GarageBand loops. And so, I didn't have the musical capacity to make music with an actual guitar or piano or anything. I had to do it all with GarageBand loops. And it's just the fact that I put my heart into it. Every song I make, I actually put effort into it, and people see that and they enjoy it. So if there's anything you ever just want to do, just do it. And I know that, that's so, just do it. But I mean, even make it be proud of what you make for sure. But you also just have to be a little more humble about what you make too. Understand, if you have limited resource, it's not going to look like high tier quality movie stuff. You got to understand in the long run that it just won't do that. But you still made something, and you still made it to the best of your ability. And if you're proud of it, then other people are going to see that and they're going to be proud of it.